Hi, welcome back to Captain Punk Rose podcast. This is your captain speaking, and I was sick last week, so I decided to take a week off because there's no point in coughing and blowing my nose through a microphone. But while I was away, I decided that I would open up a Facebook and Twitter page so that you guys can get news. While hearing that I was sick, you would have been able to see that. So if you want to follow for news on when I'm uploading, when I'm recording, all that fun jazz, and if I was sick, I could tell you. On Facebook, you can add the page Captain Punk Rose podcast, and Twitter is at Captain Punk Rose. So I'm so glad to see you guys there, and I hope you really do follow. And I might actually start posting like video game news. So before I get into this, I want to give out a big disclaimer that this is a big Nintendo podcast. So if you're not really big on Nintendo, don't really care for Nintendo, this podcast is probably not for you. I decided to do this since the Direct was this week, and I decided that this would probably be a bulk of my time, so there's no point in trying to do other games when this is going to take up the bulk of my time. Now, I am not a Switch owner yet, but there is a deal going on. For $299.99, they are throwing in the Red Blue Joy-Con, but they're also having 35 eShop credit, so like you get $35 worth of like stuff, so you can actually buy online while you're gonna go play. So if I get the money, I'm definitely paying for that. So to first start this out, I wanted to talk about Smash Bros. And Amiibos because that is like one of the bigger things that a lot of people are talking about currently. And Amiibos have been around for like evs. So there was a 3.0 update that didn't really have much detail explaining what the actual update would entail. However, it is definitely new stages along with maybe some characters unlocked, considering that they are coming out with a Simon and Snake amiibo along with some Pokemon ones, which including a Pokemon trainer, which mysteriously looks a lot like Red. Just saying. Squirtle, Ivysaur, and even though it's not in the actual Direct, there was Pichu as well, along with Isabelle for Smash Bros. And in April, they will have Peach and Young Link for Smash Bros. So there is some coming out, but they didn't specify when the other ones that I just mentioned come out. So I think I'd like to actually learn about what the actual update was. Like, it was great. It was beautiful. You know, it's Smash. And it looked like a Pokemon stage. So I'm guessing that they're going to add a Pokemon stage. But I'm not sure. I'd like to know what my update is going to entail. But besides that, new amiibos. Everyone wants a new amiibo. I certainly do. Now on to something that I would actually like talking about because I've been playing it for the past 2 hours before recording, and I've been pushing off recording just to do this. Not because I don't love you guys, but like Tetris 99 is the real deal. So if you guys don't know, it is a battle royale, but it's Tetris. So it's taking a new yet old competition and smashing it together. So it's free to download for online players. So if you have an online, you can get this and it's free. And you play against 99 players, and after completing a row, you attack other players. So you're going up against 99 people who have no problem smashing you out just to get to the top. There's only one winner. It is like the Hunger Games, but Tetris form. And it is so stressful. Especially after you get to the 50, they make the music all speedy and fasty just because they think it's funny to stress you out. And then when you get to 20, not only do they have the speedy music, but then the pieces start falling a lot faster. And it is the weird yet game that I didn't think I needed, but I needed. Because I've been playing Tetris since my Game Boy Color, and I didn't really think that Battle Royale and Tetris would be put in a sentence together, let alone an explanation of a game. And I was like, oh, well, I'm going up against 99 people. And I thought it was like Puyo Puyo Tetris, which is also available on the Switch. And it kind of is, but like amped up to like 98 more other people. And it is kind of stressful, but it's a good kind of stress, like the stress that you get in challenging yourself. And it's also a building game, so like you're helping your brain. So overall, if you want this game, it is free. You can convince everyone to play it and go back and forth. And you guys, it's crazy. I love it. My boyfriend loves it. My friend Jake liked it, even though he said that he feels like he sucks. But it is something fun to do, even as silly as it sounds. It's phenomenal, and I recommend it. Another thing that I recommend is Deltarune. Remember that cute yet creepy kind of game Undertale? Well, they've come out with a new game. Well, for at least the Switch. PC, you've had it since Halloween 18. But um they decided that now the Switch should get something for Undertale. So Deltarune Chapter 1 will be released for the Nintendo Switch on Thursday, February 28th, and it's free. That's the big catch, is that it's actually free. Um, and it also says on Deltarune's website that it also will be coming soon to PlayStation 4. You can pre-purchase it now and it will download and everything, but you actually can't play it until the 28th because the internet has to decide when you're going to be able to play it. But yeah, it'll be the 28th that you can actually play it. The storyline follows the Draymore royal family with the main character Chris. Some of the Undertale monsters that were in there are actually in this game, along with the cute little trailer. I recommend watching the trailer if you do get a chance, because there is like this funny dog meme kind of thing going on. Now there is a dog in there, but like clearly the trailer overamps how many dogs are in there. But I still think it is a great game. Undertale was a great game, so this is only going to be good. And I really hope that they're not pushing for this and it's not, good. I mean, clearly it's working on PC to think that it needs to go on the Switch and they would get sales on the Switch. So hopefully you guys enjoy it on the Switch as much as it is enjoyed on the PC. Now, before I talk about like a really big game that's actually a really big deal, I'm gonna swerve you a little bit with this lovely jazz. They're now deciding to add Grid Autosports. Now, mind you, Grid Autosports, at least the 9th game in the series, came out back in 2014. I don't know if they just decided that they don't want to invest a lot of money into it or whatever, but get ready for 2014 to come back on your 2019 console. Because Grid Autosport, from watching all the previews, does not look like it's been updated at all. And not that I'm gonna crap on this, because, it is the first full-on racing simulator for the Switch, but the only thing I would complain about before we get into this is it's been 5 years. Graphics have changed in 5 years. Change your game. Thanks. So if you're actually curious about this game, besides me crapping on it, so you can race anytime, anywhere, and there are different type of racing disciplines that you can go through, and you can customize your controls and difficulty levels, and there is 100 cars and 100 circuits. So, just to get in a little bit, there is not a price currently up on the eShop for how much this will be, nor is there how many players. And I'm thinking that they're going to add an online. There's not like any indication that there is online, but I mean, I've never played the game, but they would be smart to put the Switch and put online, but I bet you any money they're not. So some of the racing disciplines you can go through is touring, endurance, tuner, open wheel, and street. Touring takes on an aggressive pack races. Endurance is to test your strength. I don't know how you test the strength of a car, but tuner is the drift and time attack events. Open wheel is to get your top speed, and street is just to put you in the city while trying to avoid every human being possible without killing everybody. But I think, yeah, my biggest complaint is that they did not update the graphics whatsoever. But it could be really fun, and like I said, it is a first full-on racing simulator for them, besides, Mario Kart, which is actually kind of fun. Even though that's not technically a racing game in their brain, I guess. Um, but hopefully this turns out well, but I have a problem with that just because it isn't updated graphics a little bit. And I understand, like, the game was made 5 years ago, but they couldn't have at least given some incentives from 5 years ago now for the Switch. And, yeah, I don't know. Well, on to something greater. That something greater happens to be Fire Emblem Three Houses. So, if you've been following the whole games, they're now finally going to the Switch. I'm thinking that the 3DS is going to get knocked in here shortly. That's why they're switching it to the Switch. But, hey, I might be wrong. But anyways, Three Houses. So your three houses are the Black Eagles, the Blue Lions, and the Golden Deer. These houses are actually going to go head on head, and you're going to be a professor. The player must choose one of these houses and lead its students. So you are to lead students, whichever house you choose, and I'm guessing from whatever house you choose also depends on some other actions and stuff like that. So the Fire Emblem Three Houses is a standalone game, and Fire Emblem Three Houses Seasons of Warfare Edition both launched July 26th. Number of players also has not been released, and also the buy physical is offered in all places with the price of $59.99. So you can always just buy this. I mean, why not? I don't really play them anymore due to the fact that they kept releasing and releasing and releasing and releasing. If I could say that anymore, I probably would die. And it is a really good RPG, but I'm just kind of sick of them releasing it, even though it is a Nintendo exclusive kind of game. But I think overall, it does look good. It presents a challenge, much like the other ones do, and I think that this one will come out and it'll be beautiful, just as the rest. It's just I'm really tired of them playing Fire Emblem out so much. But as much as I'm a Nintendo person, I can't hate on it as 100%. Just because it is. It works. Everybody loves it. It is phenomenal. So hopefully that comes out and you're excited maybe more than I am. Anyways, hope to see you guys next week, and I'm sorry that this podcast was only exclusive to Nintendo. Next week we're going back on normal schedule, and again, make sure to follow on Twitter and Facebook.